Anthony Davis hits a big three to win the game at the buzzer. So we'll watch the film, see what happened on that last play. And the message is, we're down 2-0. Let's go out and win game 3.
It's LeBron, it's Davis, and then it's just a bunch of guys. These two guys have to carry the team, and they do. They get 57 points, more than half the total. Lakers have been the best team at getting the lead and holding on to it in the NBA. LA is 51-0 when leading after 3. That is the best record of any team in the shot clock era as the Lakers, when Davis and James each get 25, which they did in this game, 26 LeBron and 31 for Anthony Davis. As you can see, those two have to be on for this team to win.
And of course, as we bring in Tim Legler here on SportsCenter, as we get more reaction, we'll bring it to you live right here. But Tim, in the meantime, what happened on that game-winning shot by AD?
Yeah, Mike Malone said he needed to see the film first. Well, I've had the benefit of seeing the film several times, so I can save him some trouble right now. And before we show it, I just want to set it up a little bit. So they put Jokic on the out-of-bounds guy on the baseline, Rondo, because they want a tall guy to obscure his vision. In a one-point game, you could hit a cutter going to the basket to win the game. So they wanted Jokic on the ball to try to screen that takes place. If LeBron actually put a body on Mason Plumlee, then yeah, Grant could jump out and deny that pass to Anthony Davis. But Mason Plumlee was in perfect position to just ride Anthony Davis all the way over to the sideline and deny him that pass. That is far too easy for Anthony Davis to receive the basketball. Look, I know he made a great shot, but I heard Booch talking about it. He's 6'11". He's got a great stroke. He was perfectly squared up, and he was on balance. That's not a difficult shot other than the pressure for a guy like Anthony Davis. So for me, I'd have to put this on Plumlee, because Grant is saying, hey, maybe we're going to switch, but there has to be a screen that's going to take place in order to trigger the switch. That wasn't the case. Anthony Davis just ran to the sideline, and Plumlee just stopped right where LeBron was, and now Anthony Davis catches the ball. And it's ironic, the only guy that actually got a hand up was Jokic, and he was guarding the inbounder, so he covered probably 15 to 20 feet with one stride, and at least he got a contest up. But that is a massive breakdown between Plumlee and Grant, and I'm assuming it would be Plumlee. When Malone sees that film, he's going to have to ask, why would you want to switch that with no screen? Just go ahead and deny him all the way over to the sideline.
You're right, though. The irony in that the one person that actually contested the shot was Nikola Jokic on AD, who had been bullied by him all night long, is pretty rich. That's Tim Legler's explanation of what he saw at the end. Moments ago, we heard from Rajon Rondo breaking down that last play.
I think I made every eye contact with every player on my team that play. My first look was Kenny backdoor, that wasn't there. Danny backdoor wasn't there. Brian and I looked eye to eye, but he didn't move, and then I saw already coming on the outside and just try to get it to him on time, on target. Watching him grow.
When you know someone is such a high skill level player but just hasn't been at that level of competition.
Legs, we're watching this game, and it looked like the Lakers were in firm control. They were up by as many as 16, and then all of a sudden the Nuggets really started to make their way towards the end. What would you say is the fourth quarter trend that was the eventual upside for the Lakers to get this game?
Well, we saw the biggest one of all with the game winner, but honestly, the Lakers had 3 other shots that they made in that quarter that were timely threes late in the clock, and it wasn't Kuzma and it wasn't Danny. When you play this team, you know they're going to get a lot of points in the paint. You know they're going to go to the foul line a lot. You're going to hope that they don't have a big night from the three-point line, and they made 13 threes, and we just saw 4 of them that were absolutely at the end of the clock and key times in the game. The first one's to keep the lead, and then that last one to win the game. So if you're Mike Malone, man, is it going to be tough to sleep tonight knowing that despite all of that, you still had a chance with 2 seconds to go and the Lakers taking the ball out of bounds to get one stop and even this series up. It's going to be very difficult for that coaching staff to sleep tonight, particularly when they see what happened on this last play and really an inexcusable opportunity to deny him the ball that they just blundered.
To quote the late Denny Green, they let him off the hook. Tim Legler joining us here to break down what we just witnessed, Game 2 Western Conference Finals. We are still waiting for LeBron at the microphone, and as soon as he sits down, we're going to bring you his post-game live right here on Sports.
Well, obviously huge significance. We're up 2-0 now as a result of that. Just a big-time shot by a big-time player, and we have a set where we can basically isolate LeBron on a baseline out-of-bounds situation like that. And Rondo came up, whispered in my ear about, you know, do I want him in there as the passer? And obviously I said, heck yes. He made a great read on it, and you know, Anthony flew over to the wing. You know, he talked about missing that shot, that similar type of shot against Brooklyn right before the hiatus. And you know, like I said, big time shot by a big time player.
Frank, what have you noticed about AD's temperament and just him as a person, him as a player throughout your year of coaching him, and how can that speak to the moment that he rose to it all?
Yeah, well, he's, like I said, I keep saying it, he's a big time player. You know, he really carried us through a stretch where we were struggling to score late in the third. You know, the combo of LeBron James and Anthony Davis is just, you know, if one of them's not going, the other one is. And there was a little bit of that tonight when they're both going at the same time. You know, we're near impossible to stop. And, you know, those guys both carried each other throughout the game, and obviously a big part of the win.
Hey, Frank, it's Dave. These late game situations have been part of LeBron's game over the last, 5-6 years, where he's become notorious for making those shots. And you have Anthony with the ability. You have Kyle Kuzma, another young player who hit a game winner against Denver in the bubble down here. Does that just give you more options? Is there a pecking order? What's it like as a coach, trying to figure out what to do in this situation?
It depends. It depends on the matchup. It depends on who's been going. It depends on the coverage. The ability to have two targets out there. Obviously in this scenario with Rondo as the passer, being able to read the defense and which is more open. Knowing both of them, have that ability, makes us a big threat down the stretch. So, happy for those guys to win a game like that.
Lakers 3-0 in the playoffs, wearing the Black Mamba uniforms down there in the bubble. Well, we have said it before, clutch is everything in life. The Lakers now have made 4 game-winning buzzer beaters in their history while trailing in postseason play. Only 2 other franchises in NBA postseason history have as many as 2. The Cavs, LeBron's been responsible, I think, for both of those, and the Mavericks. So the Lakers getting it done. It was the Anthony Davis, Jokic 1-on-1 down the stretch, and in the end, AD got the ball last, and he gave his team the victory in the 2-0 series lead. Waiting to hear from LeBron.
I mean, it's going to be him or LeBron, so we kind of knew it. It was happened a little bit miscommunication. I think I had a really good contest, to be honest. I think I was right there. But as soon as he shot the ball, he shot it really well. I kind of felt it that it's going in, and I think it was a switch. So it was, great players make great shots. So, and he did it. So he's a really good player. To be honest, I don't know, and I didn't even ask it. It happened, so it's past. So it happened.
Next we'll go to Mark Medina. Mark, go ahead.
Hey, Nicole. Given your guys' resiliency during this whole playoffs, where do you guys draw from that, from those previous years, and also tonight's game to be able to on this?
I mean, we are underdogs. Is that how you say underdogs? Yeah. I mean, we need to fight. That's our only chance. We could have. They were up 15, isn't it, or 16? I don't know how much they were up. We could just call it a game and quit. But I think we just want to give the fight. We just maybe it's gonna be a 30 point, but fight needs to be there, an effort.
Boy, what a player, Jokic. Future Hall of Famer, Anthony Davis, future Hall of Famer. Down the stretch, they were both so strong. Valiant effort from Jokic in the clutch. He scored all 8 clutch points for the Nuggets, but Anthony Davis topped that. Not only hit the game winner you saw, he had all 10 clutch time points for the Lakers. The 4th Laker in the play-by-play era with double-digit clutch time points in a playoff game. The others, Kobe, Shaq, and Pau Gasol. What a game 2 for those 2 bigs. And AD had the ball last, and he wins the game for the Lakers. LeBron is live on SportsCenter. What did he see at that game-winning shot?
a big part of your kind of skill set and persona on the court these days. So what's it like to see a teammate that clearly you have great chemistry with, that you wanted to have be in LA with you, be the guy to make that shot and win the game for you guys?
Did you see my reaction?
I saw a smile.
Nah, did you see my reaction after you made it?
I didn't get to see it.
You didn't get to see it?
I watched on TV.
Oh, well, I tried to chase him down just like every last one of the teammates and staff that we had out there. A special moment for a special player. Happy to be a part of it.
What does it take to take on the pressure to make first of all, want a shot like that, to take it, to make it? And what do you think the fact that he was able to have that kind of moment would do for his confidence going forward in situations like this?
Well, it's not about making a shot. It's about having a belief of just taking it for one and living with the result. You know, I think right back, you know, to our game right before COVID hit, we played Brooklyn at home, and he had a similar shot right there on that left wing, right in front of their bench for us to win the game, and he missed it. And he was down on himself, but at the end of the day, I told him, I said, listen, man, if you open, and I was able to drive that particular game and find him wide open, and he just missed it. But it's just the confidence to take the shot. You're not going to make them all, but the belief to just take it and live with the results is what it's all about. And you know, tonight was, you know, his moment. Tonight was his moment to just, you know, find a space, you know, hunt the ball down. You know, in our top 10 in assists, one of our top 10 in assists leaders in Rondo was able to find him, and he knocked it down. It was a big time play.
Allie? Kyle Goon?
Even before that, he and Jokic were trading buckets. I mean, were you just getting a sense that he was sort of rising to that particular duel even before that game-winning shot?
No, it's not about an individual matchup. It's about us trying to execute and him just coming through for us. And, you know, that's what he did. It wasn't, okay, you know, Joker, your turn, my turn. Well, no, it was just about playing the game and finding ways to try to make an impact. And, you know, obviously those two big shots he had at the end, one was the floater to take the lead, and Joker was able to get the tip in, and then he comes back with the three. You know, just big-time plays, like I said, for a big-time player.
Okay. Rachel?
LeBron, AD is the kind of player who had a skill set to do this for a long time, but that he is now with a team that is at a championship level, competing for a championship, competing for conference finals. What do you think that's like for him to finally get to be in the big moments that match the skills that he has?
I don't know. It's definitely an AD question, but just happy to have him. I know what he brought to the table. I know what he's about. I know his skill set, and you know, that's why I wanted him here so badly.
Chris?
Were you able to talk about a scenario in which something like that could happen before?
No, that's this floor right here that we're on right now is all about. It's the practices, it's the shoot-arounds, and we talk about every single scenario possible. Up 3, down 3, up 2, down 2. Do we have a foul to give? Do we not? Do we have a timeout? Do we not? Are we going full court, half court, BOB, which is baseline out of bounds, SOB, sideline out of bounds? You know, you talk about all those things. And if you want to be a championship ball club, you have to be able to do that on the fly. So knowing that we didn't have a timeout, we were able to get into a situation, into a set that we've worked on in practice and get right to it. And the first option was for me if Doe saw me over the top. If not, then AD flashes, and the rest is history.
Dan?
LeBron, you said it's not making the shot, it's taking it. Caruso stepped into the shot similarly, took it right away. He's been really vocal in huddles and stuff like that. Where does he kind of fit on your leadership hierarchy on this team? How valuable is that part of his confidence to speak up and step in and take a shot?
When you're trying to play high-level basketball, you got to have high-level IQ players, and he's one of them. And not only does he have high-level IQ, he also plays with a high energy. And we know we're going to get out of him every night. It's not about him making shots, but we know he's going to defend, and he's going to play at a level that he's capable of playing at, and we all know that once he checks into the game every single night. So we know what to expect out of him, and to be honest, when he makes shots, it's extra credit for us. But he puts that work in on his offensive skill set to get better and better, and we love everything about him.
Willing leader, too, it seems like.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I will throw it back to Tanisha.
Mike Trudell?
Hey, LeBron, Mike Trudell in LA. If I could jump off the court for a second, if I read the sweatshirt correctly, it said change isn't made from watching on the sidelines. You're more than a vote sweatshirt that you wore on the way in. I just wanted to ask you about that and where your mindset is as this run continues, and where your mind is outside of the court.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I know we're here playing the game, but I'm not losing the fact of what's important as well. And more than the vote is about protecting black voters and voter suppression that goes on in our communities. And like you said, it's not changes are made by sitting on the sidelines, and that's one of our slogans, and we're very proud of that. And getting the people that want to join us, getting them gear and wearing the T-shirts and wearing the hats and wearing the hoodies, because when they go in their community, it's something they can continue to continue to educate, continue to make people empower about this movement. And because we always talk about change in our communities, and now we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to really create change for the better, and we look forward to this opportunity.
And if I could flip back to the court, going back to 2009, remember the bank shot, of course you do, but the shot against Orlando. What was it like that night going to sleep? And I know this is a question for AD too, but what is that to hit a shot that you kind of dream of growing up, right? Isn't that kind of what that situation?
I mean, to be completely honest, man, it was probably one of the greatest moments of my career up until that point. Just knowing the situation, we were about to go down 0-2, and we had home court advantage, and we knew how powerful that Orlando team was. Playing against actually my teammate right now in Dwight. So, for me to be able to hit that shot, it was a huge moment for me. I'm still a young kid at the time, so big time. The one thing I wish AD had tonight with the shot that he made, I wish we were playing at Staples. We miss our fans so much, and I can only imagine, I probably would have blew the roof off Staples Center, AD hitting that shot tonight in Staples with our crowd. I would have loved for him to have that moment, because I know what that felt like for me when I was able to hit that shot, as you mentioned, versus Orlando in the Eastern Conference Finals, Game 2 at the buzzer.
Last two questions. LeBron, AD has talked about just how much he's leaned on you throughout the playoffs. And obviously he's played outstanding in the Western Conference Finals. I'm curious, what's the biggest thing that you've tried to instill in him during this time?
I think just staying even keel. That's what it's all about. The playoffs and the postseason, and the more you advance into the postseason, the emotions and the adversity, and it's going to be a roller coaster at times. And if you could just, no matter if you're up, no matter if you're down, being able to keep your composure and keep your mindset on the main thing is very important. This is the furthest he's gotten in his career up until this point, and I'm just happy to be here with him to, give any advice for him to lean on me, or, to be completely honest, in the second half, I leaned on him, and he brought us home, so I just try to set the example early on, and we leaned on him, especially in the fourth quarter, and he brought us home.
LeBron, Anthony came to LA asking for this pressure and asking for this kind of burden to be a great player in the playoffs. This is obviously a process that you've gone through. What is the challenge for an athlete, both to ask for that, to seek that out, but then also to perform when that moment comes?
I don't know. I think for me personally, it's always been about the man in the arena. The quote from Theodore Roosevelt. It's about the guy that's in the arena, that's gone through everything, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and in our situation, the competition. But it's about the work that you put in and the belief in yourself. It's not about the doubters or the naysayers or the people who's going to talk about you and try to slander you and put you down and bring you down every single day. It's not about them, because they've never been in the arena. They don't understand. So, AD, he know how special. I'll be the first one to tell him how special he is. And, You know, he wanted to be here. I'm happy he wanted to be here. You know, because if he didn't, we wouldn't have a moment like tonight. So that's what it's all about. But, you know, you put that pressure on yourself when you don't really care about what other people think. Because what other people think it doesn't really matter because they don't understand. Anybody can talk from outside. But if they got into the ring or they got into the arena, probably 10 times out of 10, they shit the pants.
All right, thanks, LeBron.
I love that.
You love that.
The old poop your pants to begin SportsCenter.
Yeah. You've got to love that. Right here at the top of the hour, too.
You got some, a lot of poop in your life the last couple of years.
I certainly do. I have a 2-year-old and another one on the way who I anticipate is going to be doing plenty of that. That's not exactly what Anthony Davis did. It's funny to see LeBron in that situation as we say hi, hello on SportsCenter. El Duncan, John Buccigross. He was headed for the 3rd largest blown lead he'd ever experienced in the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
And in a matter of seconds, Anthony Davis saves the day.
Yes, he did not poop his pants, Anthony Davis. We'll save that for the end. It's game 2. Lakers won game 1. But the Nuggets Tuesday night.
Just keep saying houseway. I don't understand how you leave Anthony Davis, the #1 Nugget killer, that wide open to take that final shot.
A great playoff moment for Davis. And, of course, in these moments, it's fun to hear the play-by-play call from around the world, really, whether it's on TNT where it was tonight, or the Lakers call, or the Nuggets call, or El had a special request. What does an Anthony Davis buzzer beater sound like in Russian?
I need to know.
Грин и Энтони Дэвис отвлекают внимание. Леброн готов получать, чтобы бросить на победу. Энтони Дэвис на победу. 3! Да ладно! Лейкерс забирают второй матч. 105-103. Энтони Дэвис. Казалось бы, кто из снайперов готов помочь?
Rondo brings in Anthony Davis. 3 for the win. He got it! No time on the clock. It's over. Anthony Davis hits a 3. The Lakers win it.
A ver cómo se desarrolla la jugada. El pase atrás, Anthony Davis por 3 puntos. ¡Ahí está la canasta! ¡Gana Lakers! ¡Anotación de Anthony Davis! Los Lakers están ganando este partido de manera espectacular. 105-103.
Here we go. Rondo looks in. He's guarded by Jokic. 3-pointer Davis.
Someone fell down, I think.
Correct. I'm from Atlanta, and I feel like our call would have been something like, "What?" That was bananas. But listen, the Lakers sort of do this thing. They've now made 4 game-winning buzzer beaters while trailing in postseason play. Only 2 other franchises in NBA postseason history have as many as 2. That's the Cavs and the Mavs. Much, much more on this still ahead because, Bucci, a huge night for AD. He joins the logo, Jerry West, as the only player in Lakers history with a 30-point game and a game-winning buzzer.
Media.
Hey, Anthony, after you hit the shot, it looked like on the video that you helped Kobe. Not sure if that's actually the case, but I wanted to ask you your feeling and just take us through that moment.
I did. I was wearing the jerseys. He's hit countless shots like that, to win games, regular season playoffs, finals. But it's a special one for me, special one for my teammates. I told Bron that in LA, right before the hiatus, against Brooklyn Nets, and same spot, slightly different play, and I missed a shot. I was upset at myself. He said, "Man, we gonna live with you shooting that shot." And I got the same opportunity, and I was able to make it. But it's a special moment for me, special moment for the team. Especially in a situation like this, trying to go up 2-0 against a special team who's great competitors and going to fight for the entire 40 minutes. So to do something like that, in the jersey we wore tonight, it just makes it even more special.
Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, 3-pointers to win the game. How close to that was it a dream of Anthony Davis growing up in Chicago? How much of that kind of moment comes up?
It's a huge dream. To make it even better, you kind of wish he was in Staples tonight with the fans, that support us all year. But still to be in that moment and hit a shot like that is still a dream. I've never hit a game winner like that before, so to hit it like that and to be a three, it's a special moment for me. Something I'll let soak in for the next couple hours, and then tomorrow I'll try to get ready and prep for game three. But being around Bond and Duz and all the other guys, they for sure gonna let me make sure I hear about it at least for the rest of the night. So when you get teammates like this and the coaching staff who support you and want you to be great and want the best for you, moments like this are even better.
Hey, Deets, Dave. Great shot, man. Frank was mic'd up, and during the broadcast, we could hear him say something to you guys in a timeout saying, hey, look at the jersey you guys are wearing on your chest. Yep. You hit the shot, you guys are undefeated in the jersey. If you miss it, you're not. Is there any extra mojo going on with the jerseys that you guys are wearing in these playoffs, those Black Mamba ones?
We just feel like we play a little different. Our swag is a little different. Every time we put on those jerseys, obviously, we're representing him. But especially in those jerseys, it's his jerseys, the ones he created. So anytime we put it on, we feel like we want to win. And coach made sure that we knew that in that huddle. Said, look at the jerseys you have on. You made big time plays. So it's time for us to make big time plays. I think it was like 6 minutes left in the game, and guys were able to do that. So just looking down at the jersey and coach telling us is a constant reminder of that. Kobe's with us, and we kind of have spirit in those jerseys.
AD, I'm wondering what it felt like after you hit that shot, and then you turn around and you're running back towards your bench, and you see all your teammates running at you, and ran over Taylor, and was it all just a blur, or did you? What do you remember about that moment and what it felt like?
I remember the play before. I got the floater, they come down. We knew it was going to Jokic, and I let him get to his strength, which is his right hand. He got a hook score. They go up 1, and I was kind of upset because I'm a better defensive player than that. And granted, he made a great play. He made great plays. Throughout the course of the game. And Rondo told me, he said, Zaria, he scored on you. And, you go, get it back. So came off, made the shot, and then the first person I saw was Swish. Just jumping around everywhere, and I just kind of ran towards the bench and knocked Taylor over. And I don't know. It's a great moment. It's a great moment to be with the team. They're cheering for you, celebrating for you. Like I said, it'd be special. It was in Staples, with our fans. But to have the guys that we have, the brotherhood that we have on this team, the support, that I have, every player having this team, from ownership to the coaching staff to, the training staff and to the players, everybody's one big family, and to be here and cheer for me and support me through that shot, and then after celebrate is a special moments like this that you keep forever.
Hey Anthony, Rajon called this the biggest shot of your career so far.
For sure.
You're obviously on stage. It's the Lakers, the franchise. Obviously, you know it, you get it. Is this what you wanted when you left New Orleans, when you were looking for a change? And is this the sort of kind of moment and experience that you were looking for?
It's sure the biggest shot of my career, and when I left, I just wanted to be able to compete for a championship. And I know that moments like this comes with it, especially in LA, the biggest market in basketball. I know the quote-unquote pressure is going to be on us, going to be on me, especially the first year. With everything that happened last year, and then also playing alongside Bron, I know he gets criticized more than any basketball player ever. So just being able to play alongside him, and he kind of helped me with all this quote-unquote pressure going out and playing. You guys seen that in Game 5 of the Rockets, where he, comes to the scorer's table and talks to me, when I was struggling. So just going out there and just playing basketball, he makes it a lot easy for me. But just being able to want this, type of pressure, type of spotlight, and go out and play in big games and make, big time plays and big time shots for my team. So it was definitely what I wanted, and the job is definitely not over until we're able to, win a ring. I mean, that's when it's over, and that's when the test is completed. So I mean, it was a big job. Like I said, we were celebrating for a couple hours, but this team fought. They could easily won this game, and we got to get ready for Game 3.
All right, Kyle Goon. Thanks, Tina.
Both Frank and LeBron brought up the shot you had against Brooklyn not go in. How much that shot influenced in the months since your ability to kind of get ready for taking another shot, getting another look this way?
I mean, Brian, I tell you, the first, 4 days, I was talking to him like, damn, I should have made that shot for you. Like, I got to make that shot for you. And he was like, man, you're fine. But I put more pressure on myself than anybody. I feel like every shot I take is supposed to go in, and I have enough confidence in my shot to make those type of plays. And then I knew that I was going to have an opportunity, tonight to make, almost that same exact shot from the same exact spot. And this time, I think just missing that shot and making it be earlier from that same exact spot just gives me a lot of confidence. Having this, this team gives me a lot of confidence in shooting the ball, coaching me to shoot more threes. Having the confidence in me to shoot those. So, in a situation like that, having this team, and this coaching staff who believes in you to make plays like that, and to draw plays up for you or things like that to make you take those big shots. Puts a lot of confidence in myself and confidence in my game where I can go up and make those type of plays.
All right, just a couple more here. You want here, Rachel?
Is there anything about being this level that you didn't expect? Kemba Walker said the other day that despite all his experience in the league, he's finally in the conference finals, just that every possession matters so much. Is there anything that you've noticed despite being on the league for so long?
Yeah, he's right. Every possession does matter. 24 turnovers tonight. We gave them 24 more possessions. Turning the ball over, we got to get shots at the rim, and things like that matter. Details matter. Because now it seems to make you pay. And we can't afford to. Teams are already good enough to get this far. They're going to make plays, and when we, have mistakes defensively, breakdowns offensively, not sprinting back on defense or whatever, and we get them, extra points, then we make it a lot harder for us to win a game. So, like I say, teams are great at this level, who made it this far. Players are a lot better than teams you might see in the first round. So you never want to give them extra possessions. And this guy to my left is a constant reminder, of how we should play and the details and what it takes to win championships. And he constantly preaches that in the timeouts and in the film room because he's been there. And we want to be there too. So. Details matter, and possession. It's definitely a possession game when you get this, late in the playoffs.
Last two, we're going to have Dan and one on Zoom.
Hey, you mentioned details. Sometimes on a play like that, some of the details get lost. How good was the pass from John? Especially as you're moving, and were you surprised how cleanable you ended up with?
I think Bill wanted to come in and make that pass. Obviously, he's and Brian are our best passers on the team. But I knew if I had a look, clean look to come off, he was going to put on the money. And, it's crazy because he had Jokic's like 7 feet, right? He had a footer on him, and he sat it on a chest pass that people would make. If I got deflected, he threw a bounce pass, where he couldn't get to it, and it landed right in my hands. And I'm not sure what happened on the backside with their defense, but, when I came off and I saw somebody in front of me, It's really just about taking your time and knocking down the shot. But he threw a great pass, and like I said, it's my job on this team, along with Bronze, to make plays like that for us.
All right.
Last question, Brad Turner.
Congratulations, Reggie. The last 20.8 seconds after Jokic made the shot, take us through those times, because Caruso missed the shot, Danny gets the shot blocked, we don't have left, Ronald comes in, the shot. Those last 20.8 seconds, what was that like? What was going through the whole team's mind?
Yeah, I mean, we knew we had no time after AC had a great look at the top of the key. Danny got the rebound. Dribbled out, tried to get a two-pointer. Murray blocked it, went out of bounds. He had 2.8 left or something like that. And we were running this play, for Bron, who hit multiple game winners in his career, to take it home. And I just saw how, they were playing it. Plumlee was kind of off of me, so I knew if I kind of flew around, with them kind of locked in on Bron, I was gonna probably have a clean look. And I kind of just looked at Doe, and we made eye contact, and he made a great pass, and I ended up making the shot. But it was like a great possession. I mean, we had a couple good looks. Most people, give up on plays. It was a huge offensive rebound for Danny to get us that possession. So, credit goes to him as well for battling inside.